Welcome back, guys, to another exclusive video, and thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to go back into the Death Guard Codex, and I'm going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite troop units in the game, and that's going to be the Plague Marines, and also talk a little bit about the Pox Walkers and how you can get the best efficiency out of both of these units. So stay tuned. Welcome again, guys. The Black Rage here, coming to you with another video, and I appreciate all the support that you guys are doing right now for me. Thank you, guys. Keep hitting that like and subscribe button. I mean, I'm going to keep getting out here and keep making videos for you. So with that being said, again, I really appreciate you guys. So I'm going to talk about one of my favorite units in Death Guard. Troop-wise, it's the Plague Marine and probably the Pox Walker. I mean, I like both of them because they kind of synergize around each other. So I do want to talk a little bit more about that on the whiteboard, which some of you actually do like that I did. And I really appreciate it. It's something new. I was kind of skeptical, but I like drawing my little crappy drawings. And if you guys put up with it and like listening to it, I'll keep doing it. And if I can help anyone out there that's struggling to try to play the game tactically or just needs some kind of tips and pointers, I'm more than happy to do that, and I really appreciate all the nice things you guys are saying. So someone else asked before the tape that I have on here. So I was planning on doing a resin pour in here to make like a frozen water, because like I said, I was doing a Game of Thrones theme, so I didn't choke this time, haha, funny. So that's what I was doing. So that's why the tape is around there. So, and it's Gorilla Tape. So this stuff is really strong. But anyway, guys, I'm going to jump to the whiteboard and let's get to talking about some tactics. All right, guys. So back to the whiteboard we go. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So again, we've done a little scenario here. Again, as always, Drukhari versus Death Guard. That's going to always be my matchup just because I didn't like them the most. So I do have a little scenario here where I have so I have Raiders here. Instead, last time we used Ravengers, so this time we're going to use Raiders because we're just talking about troops in this game, not anything else. So I've set up a scenario with kind of the similar mission that I had last time. It's basically the objective game. You have your two on the outside, one objective in the middle. So here we'll just say, let's say Death Guard goes first in this matchup. So we got our trees here, we got heals, a little line blocker piece here to try to cover up whatever can. We have a hill here, we have some barbed wire stuff here, same old drawing. Okay, so turn one, we have Plague Marines. So in this sense, Plague Marines and Pox Walkers, why they synergize is because you take Cloud of Flies, if needed, to shield your Plague Marines. So I typically like to run my run my Pox Walkers in front of my Plague Marines just because they act as a meat shield. So in this sense, if you're in this mission here, where you have these objectives here, I would say turn one, if Plague Marines are going first, you want to try to advance these guys as close as possible to this objective because you're waiting to score turn two, and then have these guys follow behind. Also here too, same old thing, you can deploy these guys behind the building. So turn one, if you're trying to get to this objective, Pox Walkers advance. Hopefully you roll high enough number to where they can get behind this wall here. So again, you're looking at this as if you're on the tabletop. So it's kind of my three-dimensional drawing, if I should say, which is not the greatest. Then you have your Plague Marines kind of just march behind these guys, so somewhere right there. And same thing here, you want to have these guys go there, have these guys follow behind. I know some people will say, well, what about this objective here and that objective? Well, you kind of have to play the game of trying to shoot your opponent off if you have the firepower to do so. I have added here plague drones. So I like these guys. I mean, I could do another video on that later, but plague drones in this sense, let's just say if they were in this list here, I would actually move these guys as far as possible in this building to that as I can, or maybe over here to this, just so maybe if they're shooting here, they can absorb firepower there. But that's just a scenario if there's plague drones in this list. But for now, it's Pox Walkers and Plague Marines. So Plague Marines, we all know they're toughness 5. They have 2 wounds each now, disgusting resilience, so they're very good at holding objectives. I think the problem with them probably would be small arms fire. People will probably just try to concentrate a lot of damage 1 at them, but even then it's still kind of hard to do because the toughness 5 kind of saves them. But if you're going against like Drukhari or something like that, where they have raiders, if they're going second, you really don't have nothing to shoot here, because if a smart Drukhari player is going to most likely position here behind a rock or building, whatever it is back there. Venoms are going to be hidden back here behind something. So turn 1 for these guys, Raider probably comes here, close enough to the objective. Wait for turn 2. Maybe Venom 1 will come this way too, just to fire something down here. Then you have these Venoms that'll probably go behind a wall, maybe just somewhere close here to get some kind of sight on these guys. But I still think Drukhari, just their speed, they're able to travel fast and still put out a high volume of firepower. That's going to be the problem. But you have the Pox Walkers here who will, you get on this objective. You want to just try and keep them close by because, like I said, that's just how they work. And then Pox Walkers now being toughness 4. With Drukhari, their weapons of poison, it will always win on a 4. So the toughness 4 against Drukhari is kind of like, but in general, it's like, whatever. Plague Marines, they have the best versatility of weapons in the game as a Space Marine, or corrupted Marine, I should say, because they can have pretty much anything. They have every close combat weapon you can get. You get power fish, you can get axes, swords, bubonic flails. There's just so much you can get with these guys. So I highly recommend trying to play these guys a little valuable as you can. Don't be afraid to march forward, if you can. If somehow you manage to win this firefight here with these guys, don't be afraid to march forward. If you have something that's kind of holding your own back here on these objectives, maybe you have some other units that are around, march these guys forward. Don't be scared, because these guys are very resilient now. The -1 damage, I like it. So don't be scared, march them forward. Your death guard, flex, get to that objective. Another thing I want to talk about, someone mentioned that, actually a few people have been kind of making the rounds before, Rhinos. So vehicles for death guard for the Marines wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's say, for instance, let's delete this here. Now, Rhinos, you have flexibility. They don't really have any firepower Rhino. You can put 2 combi bolters on a Rhino, which is not too bad. I think they fire like 8 bolter rounds. And I think you can spin a command point to make them plague rounds, which is not too bad, but the whole key idea is to get them into position. So, for instance, I deleted my objectives here. I apologize. Let's say you have Pox Walkers back here now, and you have a Rhino in the front. So if you're going first, again, or if you're going second, let's say you go second. Let's say Raider fires, Dark Lance here, fails, yada yada, nothing happens. Not enough damage here to make this thing, slow down. Turn 1 or turn 2, you advance, try and move it as far up as possible. That's just how I would take it. Because now they have to forcefully deal with this Rhino here that's on this objective. Your objective secured. To me, I would want to stay in there, shoot out your bolters as best you can, maybe pop smoke now because you can do it in a shooting phase and it's a command point to do that. And the same thing here. I dry this thing right here. You're on an objective, let them try, shoot you out of it. If they can't shoot you out of it, you're pouring bolters at them. These things I believe are toughness 5. These are toughness 6, I think. Don't quote me again. So that's what I would do. Then you have your Pox Walkers back here in the back. These guys can sit on that objective. Same thing if these guys sit here. And honestly, guys, I would run them in a squad of 20. Pox Walkers, they're still mindless. You can't break them. They have a 4-up. I'm sorry, they have a toughness 4, weapon skill 4. They have 2 attacks base, and they still have a 6-up film of pain. So not too bad. And again, if you ran plague drones, my choice of plague drones that I would run if I was to run them, I'd run Fleshmores. I've actually tried the game with Fleshmores, and I tried a game with the twin plague spears. I like the Fleshmores. I can't stress how good Fleshmores are. 12 attacks on a charge, strength 7, AP -2, and 2 damage flat. Yeah, you're gonna run forward, get on objective, have another one come this way, force them to deal with it. I mean, it's not bad. So that's it, guys. A little quick little tactic there for me. I want to keep this video short because I also want to cover some other things. So let's go back to the command seat. So there you have it, guys. My little tactic there for playing Pox Walkers and Plague Marines. And also keep in mind, there are some stratagems that you can use in case you find yourself in sticky situations, such as Cloud of Flies, 2 CP to block enemy firepower to your Plague Marines. Keep some Pox Walkers in front just to ensure that you're utilizing your full firepower, you know, soaking up wounds and stuff like that. Also, in case you get charged or something, Creep and Blight is good, and Haze Corruption, rollover damage, and also AP -4 with Creep and Blight. And Pox Walkers, you get the Mutant Strand. 6 is cause mortal wounds. 1 is cause mortal wound yourself, unfortunately. Happens. And also the dead walks again. If you start to chew up your Pox Walkers get chewed away, then you pop that, and in your command phase on 7s, you're getting back guys on 3s. So that's it, guys. Wanted to keep this video a little short. I might be doing Terminator review and probably blow drones and my favorite Plague Burst crawlers. So thank you guys again for your support. I really appreciate all the feedback. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. That means a lot to me. It really does. And I'm going to keep making these videos. I'll keep improving. And you never know, you know, soon I might get up there and be a big star one day.
You make me want to be a better man.
Maybe. But thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next video.